A ceremony to honor a cyclist police say was killed intentionally in a hit-and-run crash.
Police say the 17-year-old driver involved was charged with open murder last week.
The 64-year-old, who was a retired California police chief, was riding here along Tenaya near Centennial Parkway in August when he was killed in a hit-and-run crash.
The line right there.
Police later deemed it intentional, and the 17-year-old driver is now facing a murder charge. Now, police say that hit-and-run driver, the suspect, was involved in another hit-and-run crash before Probst was killed back in August. They also say the car involved in this particular crash was stolen.
We truly live in some sick times currently. This is just absolutely disgraceful to the highest level. You can't go any higher than disgrace with this whole entire situation. Just so unfortunate. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you could please share. So we have this retired police chief, was on the job for 35 years, just having a nice bike ride out. And this happened in Las Vegas, not too far from where I reside at. Just these people, just disgusting. I don't even know the words I would even to describe these people that would do something like this. So he's on a nice bike ride and they decide, this is a stolen car by the way, and decide to go up behind and completely mangle and run this guy over. It's just absolutely disgraceful. Didn't even see it coming. They're laughing on the video. Just a disgusting act. And now the only way that they knew this happened is he had one of the Apple Watches that let the children know and let the wife know that there had been a fall. So they went to the scene to see something like this. A hit and run from these disgusting waste of life. Look at, how is this even allowed to take place? Where in your mind do you think? Now, mind you, they have the driver, right? He's in custody. And now they're looking for, supposedly they want him to flip so he'll end up telling on the passenger. Because you can hear in the video, there's a video of this and it's just a disgusting video to even watch, but the passengers egging him on to run this gentleman over, like, come on, he's right there, hit him. You can hear him on the video. So not only did they do this, they filmed themselves doing this. That's how sick these individuals really are. And this gentleman had no warning, no nothing, couldn't even get out the way whatsoever. They had no idea what was going to hit him. And he leaves behind a son, a daughter, and his wife, and just for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And you already know, this story isn't anywhere. You don't see this on MSNBC, CNN. Actually, Fox covered this the other day. But outside of them, nobody else is talking about this. This is just like local news. And you guys already know, even if we even dive into the race thing, if this was, could you imagine if this situation was flip-flopped? If two white teenagers ran over an elderly black gentleman, could you imagine? It would be everywhere, plastered everywhere, just like the younger individual that knocked on the door and the older white guy shot him. But wasn't the same day some girl was in a driveway and somebody shot and killed her? But that didn't make the news. It's all about race with these people. That's why this story, which should be plastered everywhere, isn't everywhere.
The problem is, we're the only people that care. The media doesn't care if the pigment doesn't fit their program. The villains must be white or it didn't happen. The fact is, they recycled and recycled and recycled the George Floyd video so much that it transformed a country into a self-loathing, self-destructive entity.
And then I was talking to some people earlier about this situation, talking about it's never going to end. It's not going to get no better. I have a solution because they never provide solutions. You should have a policy, a law, a life for a life policy. That's what I would issue. That's what I would put up there. You murder somebody like this in cold blood, intentional, just for no reason whatsoever. We're going to have a nice, quick, speedy trial for you. Give you a little bit of due process if that's how we need to have it. A little quick, speedy trial. And then if it's proven that you're 100% wrong in this situation, that you took a life in cold blood like this, you should be put to death instantly. That's how it should be. You shouldn't be able to spend 85 life sentences and just live off the government and all this other stuff and 3 meals a day and showers. That you didn't give that person that luxury, so you shouldn't get that luxury. And this will go on to everything, people that mess with children and all that. I would have a nice little umbrella to cover all these sick people and put them all underneath this umbrella the same. But that's what you should propose. Life for a life for these sick individuals that would do something like this for no reason whatsoever. Could you imagine the family? Now they forever have a documented video of their father, grandfather, husband being ran over for no reason whatsoever. And the fact that it's not covered lets you know what the media is all about. The media is well past fake. It's completely corrupt. That's the only way to put it, that this isn't national headlines where they're trying to find both people that were involved. But no, they don't care because it doesn't fit that agenda. But if it's George Floyd, that's everywhere. And then we're not going to talk about the past and what he was doing that even had the police show up, but that's plastered everywhere. We're putting up all kinds of stuff. There's memorabilia. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't have all these shirts and even puppets made, all this kind of stuff and statues. We have all this stuff for this individual, but this retired police chief just gets murdered cold like this, and you do not hear a peep whatsoever. These people are sick.
What we saw. So again, thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice.
But in the end, this is where society is trending to. There's no accountability. You guys see it all the time. I talk about it all the time. Chicago, LA, San Francisco, New York, Houston, any kind of place. Name any place. There is no accountability. They let these people do whatever. Now you inject all these illegals into the situation. What do you think is going to happen with that in New York? A 1-year-old was just killed due to fentanyl. Where do you think that came from? You have all these illegals going into New York. It's just going to progressively get worse and worse, and nothing's ever done about it. There's no accountability, and the media has a huge hand in it. They pour gasoline on all the racist stuff that they want, but this stuff that really deserves attention and really that shine a light to have people say, man, what we need to have this fixed immediately, that doesn't make headlines because it's not the narrative that they want to portray.
And you don't mention it's not even a story. You talk about other things. The press should be ashamed of themselves. I think the press is actually, the media is what's fueling this, more so than even Biden, because Biden doesn't know he's alive.
So let me know if you guys saw this sick, disgusting video whatsoever, and if you guys think my idea is right. A life for a life policy, that's how we'll do. You do something like this, or it won't even be expensive. You can just have a Home Depot bucket and you drown these people. It's going to take you less than a minute. You cremate them and that's the end of it. And then you can, and they don't live off the state and all this stuff for decades and decades to come. So the taxpayers aren't getting lit up by it, because a lot of these people are just disgusting wastes of life, period. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we can get it out there. And I will catch you guys on the next one.